Reebok is a shoe brand that has made a name for itself in pop culture with its tennis, gym, and athletic shoes, as well as celebrity endorsements on limited edition shoes. It's a well-known brand with a large fan base. With a long history of revolutionary technology and design improvements, they have competed with major competitors like Adidas and Nike. For a brief time in the 1980s, Reebok was the leading shoe brand in the United States. It was, after all, selling more than Nike. But did you know that Adidas bought Reebok as a subsidiary, bringing together two of the world's top sportswear brands? Well, that is true. However, despite 15 years of bringing the two companies together, why would Adidas sell Reebok? Was Adidas to blame for Reebok's downfall, or were there other factors to consider? Let's find out. Welcome to Wealthy Mindset, where we explore unique and breathtaking angles from the world of money, economics, personal finance, and investing. But before we dive into it, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, click on the bell icon right there so you never miss any of our subsequent videos. Reebok was officially founded in England in 1958 by brothers Joe and Jeff Foster, whose family had deep roots in the shoe industry. However, the company didn't have a significant presence in the United States until 1979, when an entrepreneur named Mr. Paul Fireman managed to secure the corporation's U.S. distribution rights after seeing the shoes at a trade show. He took over the British parent business 5 years later, and Reebok became an American corporation. Throughout the 1980s, the brand grew in popularity as its sneakers became the go-to exercise and stylish sneakers for many Americans. It had $1.8 billion in yearly sales by 1988, compared to Nike's $1.2 billion, and a larger percentage of the US market. However, sales were beginning to dwindle. Reebok did not lose hope. It debuted the pump, a technology that allowed the wearer to pump air into the shoe's interior to inflate it and mold it to the wearer's foot. The shoes were indeed a smash hit, infusing fresh life into the brand. However, it wasn't enough to keep Reebok afloat on its own. In the 1990s, Reebok acquired sponsorship and partnerships with basketball players Shaquille O'Neal and Allen Iverson in order to expand its reach into a number of sports. It debuted cushioning platforms like the DMX Series 2000 sneakers. However, its shoes were not well received by customers. The company looked to have moved too far away from its original core segments and was losing relevance with customers. Its market share continued to decline, and by 1999, its reputation had suffered as a result of its dependency on mass retailers like JCPenney. Even as it attempted to solve the problem, the brand was struggling to maintain its composure. In 2000, it acquired a major licensing agreement with the National Football League, and in 2003, it struck sneaker deals with rappers Jay-Z and 50 Cent. These shoes were sold successfully in limited editions to a small audience, but the demand did not convert to the mainstream market. Reebok's star had sunk by the time Adidas bought it in 2005. Besides that, the brand wasn't totally wrecked. Its global sales increased by over $1 billion between 2000 and 2004, hitting $3.79 billion, although it was still roughly $3 billion below Adidas and $9 billion less than Nike. Adidas recognized the opportunity for a comeback despite the fact that it was lagging behind its rivals. People praised Fireman for developing Reebok as a brand, but he has also been labeled impatient and responsible for Reebok's failure because he became less concerned with expanding the brand and more concerned with maintaining sales. And it was at this point that Reebok's creative approach began to fade, and the company's downfall began. Nike experienced tremendous growth at that point, so a merger between Adidas and Reebok looked like a viable solution, and the $3.8 billion deal was achieved. However, nothing much transpired once the transaction was made. Adidas couldn't do much, and Reebok's sales dropped for years. When it came to brand growth, Adidas had higher goals in mind, and Reebok was left out in a way. Adidas became stronger in the sports category, which resulted in Reebok's pullout from the market. Adidas tried to move Reebok into physical fitness, but it was ultimately ineffective, mainly due to Nike's greater prevalence. In some ways, Reebok's downfall was owing to Adidas taking Reebok's market share. Reebok's failure cannot be pinned only on Adidas. There were other factors at play. Reebok lacked a strong brand identity and changed its shoe styles more frequently, as well as attempted to grow into several market sectors and divisions at once. Several times, such inconsistency tarnished Reebok's reputation. Reebok's mistake was that it failed to keep up the pace generated by its product's buzz, and hence failed to establish a huge fan base. Another factor was Reebok's miscalculation of supply and demand. They produced more products than the buyers could devour. Reebok's hopes of rising have brightened now that Adidas has sold it to the Authentic Brands Group for $2.5 billion. Analysts believe Reebok, like Vans and Champion, has a strong chance of making a return. Because of its focus on retro sneakers, Reebok's sales have already increased by the end of 2020. Reebok must begin somewhere at ground level and work its way up from there. After that, it's unclear what Reebok's future will include. If you enjoyed this video, slap a like on it and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest business trends and interesting facts. You can also turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss any of our mind-blowing videos. We'll catch you in the next one. Until then, bye!